Hi everyone and welcome back to Fully Playable Games. So in today's video we are going to be counting down my top 10 console startup screens. And yeah, these are purely based on my own opinions. These are consoles that I really like the startup screens for. And yeah, they might differ from yours, but that is all good. So let's dive straight in and we'll get straight into number 10.
Number 10.
So in the number 10 spot we have got a Sony PlayStation 5, and yeah, this is going to be the newest console on the list, and yeah, it is just one that I love hearing. Whenever I'm playing the PS5, I always make sure that I've got my volume on before I turn the console on, just so I can hear the intro, and it just gets me G'd up a bit to get into the games. So yeah, definitely one of my favourites, and definitely my favourite out of the newer consoles.
Number 9.
So at number 9 we have got the Sega Saturn, and another absolutely amazing console. I've loved playing it ever since I first got it. But what is unique with the Saturn, and actually a lot of the Sega consoles around this time, was that they actually had a different boot screen for every region. The Japanese version is slightly different, and I can't actually remember with the US, but I know that they had different versions for different regions, and this was something that started with the Mega CD and carried on right the way through to the Dreamcast.
Number 8.
Next up, we're going to be looking at the best-selling console of all time, and that is the PS2. Yeah, I mean, what can we not say about the PS2? It is definitely another one of these ones where it really sort of G's you up for the game that you're about to play, and yeah, just an absolute classic. Sony definitely, I think Sony definitely hit it out the park with their earlier consoles. The later ones, even the PS5 to a certain point, yeah, they're not as epic as the earlier consoles.
Number 7.
At number 7, we are going to be looking at the Sega Dreamcast. And as I said with the Saturn, Dreamcast was another console where you got a different startup for each region. The way that they changed it up on this was it was done by the colours. So the little dot that you see bouncing and the swirl, in the USA and Japan it was red. In Europe, it was blue, and in Australia, it was actually green. So, yeah, really interesting that they varied it up that much.
Number 6.
So next on our countdown is going to be the Xbox 360, and the startup screen that we've shown in the video is actually the second version for the Xbox 360, but that is the version that I have always had. I never had a console with the original one on, so yeah, that is why that was one featured in the video. But yeah, it is just so it's the first Xbox that we've got on the list. It's not going to be the only one. We have got another one coming up, bit of a spoiler, but yeah, it is just a really good intro, and yeah, just gets you G'd up to play the games on the console.
Number 5.
So at number 5, we have got the Neo-Geo AES, and this isn't a console that I've personally got, but it is an absolutely brilliant intro, and it is one that is quite high on my list. I would love to get one, but they are just so expensive. But I think the intro is just so creative, especially for the time, and yeah, definitely one that I would love to have in the collection and be able to play whenever I could.
Number 4.
So at number 4, we have got the original Xbox, and yeah, this intro is just absolutely brilliant. It's just unlike any other intro that has ever been created for a console, as far as I'm concerned. Really, really good. The sort of mechanical, you're essentially looking into the heart of the Xbox, and then you zoom out to the Xbox sort of breaking free. Just absolutely brilliant. And yeah, that is going to be our number 4 pick.
Number 3.
So our number 3 pick is going to be the Sega Mega CD, and as I've said before with the other Sega consoles on the list, they did make some region variants. So with the Mega CD, obviously it is called the Mega CD in both EU and Japan, and both of those regions have the same music and intro. The US, obviously, it's called the Sega CD out there. And they actually have, as well as being rebranded, it also has a different song playing in the background. And then as well, the other variants that you have is obviously you've got the Mega CD 1, Mega CD 2, and both of those have different intro screens as well. But yeah, an absolutely amazing console, and it is an intro that whenever I'm playing on the Mega CD, I always let the intro run for a little while, just because I think the music that they've got playing behind it is absolutely brilliant.
Number 2.
So, the number 2, we have the original PlayStation. And I have to say, picking the top 2 for this list was probably the hardest choice that I've made, because yeah, the console that we've got at number 1 and obviously the PlayStation at number 2, they are both absolutely iconic intros, and yeah, that PlayStation intro, it is something of just how do you describe it? It is brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and yeah, just an absolute amazing way to kick off a brand new console.
Number 1.
And could there be any other console to put into the number 1 slot bar the GameCube? An absolutely amazing intro. One that has... It is just part of the sort of gaming ethos now. Obviously, with the GameCube as well, there are actually 3 different variants of the intro, dependent on how you boot up the console. So the one that we've featured here is the normal intro. You've also got a different intro. If you hold the Z button down on one controller, you get a slightly different intro. And then if you hold the Z button down on all 4 controllers, you then get another intro as well. So yeah, really, really good. Absolutely amazing that Nintendo put this amount of thought into the intro for the GameCube. And obviously, as well, over the years, there has been so many memes and different remixes that people have done of this intro. So yeah, it is just an absolutely classic intro, and yeah, well deserving of the #1 spot. So that is going to wrap up our top 10 countdown for the best console intros. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. Have I missed any out? Are there ones that you would have placed higher? Yeah, really interested to find out what your opinions are on this list. But yeah, with that said, that is going to wrap up today's video. But before you head off, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're not already, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell to be kept up to date when I upload new videos. And yeah, with that said, thank you so much for watching today. Really hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you on the next one. All right, bye.